This is the updated 2023 Hyundai Palisade in the Urban trim level, which is the mid trim level, and it's supposed to be the most rugged one because it has this plastic cladding around and it's kind of off-roady. Not that it's going to go very off-road, but you know what I mean. Prices for the 2023 Palisade start at $48,000 for the preferred model. This mid trim is $53,199, and the top of the line Ultimate Calligraphy is $56,799. So that means that the Palisade remains remarkable value for money in its category. For 2023, you get some minor updates to the face of the car. I still love these LED daytime running lights that go all the way to the bottom. I love the blacked out turn signals that kind of integrate to the whole front mask, and it's just a very, very wicked blacked out look. The side and the rear remain mostly unchanged. This one has nice black rims. Overall, the Palisade is one of the better looking cars in the class. Inside, you get a new steering wheel, an updated instrument cluster, and an updated infotainment system. So now you get better screens. You still have Apple CarPlay. You have fully customizable instrument cluster. It has all the information that you really need in there. When you put your turn signal on, you see the video feed from the blind spots. Again, technology is really good. You have all the driving assistance stuff with lane keep assist, adaptive cruise. It all works very well. You have individual climate settings for the front and the rear, and it's dual zone, and you can synchronize everything if you want. It's all very nice. You have really good driving modes, including Comfort, Eco, Sport, and Smart. You can switch to terrain modes, and then you have snow, mud, and sand. And because the Palisade can tow up to 5,000 pounds, and it has all the pre-wiring already set, it also has a tow mode because it has the trailer sway control thing. So it can actually do a little bit of a utility kind of thing. The build quality inside remains pretty good. The fit and finish is excellent. The materials are mostly squishy, soft, nice materials. Overall, I like the design, I like the ergonomics, and I do like the build quality because there's no rattles and squeaks while going over bumps. This model only gets you a very tiny sunroof. You have to go to the 1UP to get the dual sunroofs. And honestly, the other thing I don't like is that the comfort access is only enabled in the front handles. That is a little bit of a drawback when you have kids and you want to let them in first. Under the hood, things remain mostly unchanged. You have a 3.8-liter V6 GDI engine. It's naturally aspirated. It's made it an 8-speed automatic transmission, which is pretty good. Of course, it's H-track all-wheel drive. It makes 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. These numbers are definitely not cutting edge, but pedal to the metal, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour comes in 7.7 seconds, which is not bad at all. I have to say that performance is very good. Despite not having a turbocharger and lots of torque, it's been tuned very well, so the torque comes relatively soon, so there's no gap. It doesn't feel like a powerless car like some other naturally aspirated competitors. The gearbox is tuned quite well. I mean, it shifts quickly. There's no hesitation. Everything is very well tuned. This is a very well thought through drivetrain. I mean, yes, the performance numbers are not class leading, but you know what? At least it runs on regular, and it only requires about 13.5 liters per 100 kilometers on average. And for its size and power and whatever, it's not bad. Interior space is where this Palisade shines. Up front, it is really nice and roomy. As you can see, I have so much room for myself, my stuff, my coffee, my water, my ex-coffee. There is no wireless charger, but there are plenty of USB ports. There's one there, one in there, and two in the back of the seats, which is really, really nice. Passengers in the middle row have captain chairs, and they're very comfortable. They are heated. They have their own climate control, very good foot room, knee room, head room, and you also get a curtain to block out unwanted visitors. Access to the third row is pretty easy. You press this button and then the seat slides forward, retaining its shape. So if you have a baby seat, it doesn't need to be removed. Slide through and go there, and even if you're my height and size, you can still fit in the back seat. I mean, it's not the most comfortable seat in the world, but you know what? I can sit here without complaining. Also, the trunk with the third row up is 509 liters to the ceiling, so it's pretty usable. It's not the best again, but it's pretty usable. But if you press the power buttons there to stow the third row, well then the trunk becomes a massive 1,297 liters, and it's really big. The reason I really like the Palisade is because it's not just good value for features and amenities. It's also very nice to drive. Like on the road, the steering feels nice. It's not completely dead. It's of course light, so you can drive it easy. The brake pedal has a great linear feel. Brake stop the car very well from 100 kilometers an hour, stop in 43 meters, which for these conditions is a pretty good number. And honestly, the suspension is very good. It's tuned to comfort, so I've never felt any kind of discomfort while driving it. It soaks up everything very well. And at the same time, it's not terrible to drive. I mean, it does lean a little bit in the corners. It is a big, heavy machine. It's not sporty whatsoever, but it's not bad in any sense. And you know what? I drove it through snow quite a lot this week, and it was a beast. The all-wheel drive did a great job hooking up, together with the winter tires, of course, from Yokohama. This thing is a beast. It feels like one of the nicest and most reassuring family SUVs to drive, and for the price, honestly, you can't beat that. It looks good, it drives very well, it's very comfortable, it's reasonable on gas, it has most of the features that you need, all the safety stuff in the world, and doesn't cost an arm and a leg. I think we have a winner here. What do you think? If you want to watch our full in-depth review of the 2020 most luxurious version of the Palisade, you can click up there. There are some pretty neat updates for 2023. I like how Hyundai tries to keep things fresh, but without changing everything, so people that already own one don't need to feel bad. I mean, the urban trim level looks great. I like the look of it. I don't think it necessarily adds any off-road ability compared to the other ones, but you know what? Looks matter, and this one looks good. So, overall score for this Palisade Urban is a well-deserved 8.8 out of 10. It's almost excellent. I mean, there's not much to complain, really. So, love this car. All good. That's it for now. Subscribe, share it with your friends, this video. We need your help. Most importantly, till next time, be well. Bye-bye.
Perfect. Perfect.